Thanks very much, Joe. Wow. SK thought we're going to give one hell of an ending to Super Week, and that you did. Walk me through the ending of that game from the moment that Candy Panda gets hooked and you almost lose to pulling it back.
Well, basically we knew they were pushing out through, so Candy got hooked and died. They were 5-man group mid, and Jessus managed to land the most important spears this game. So Kale got chunked, Kale had problems. We managed to come back and catch Mr. Rallis, and at that point with this last spear he got out, it basically all decided like whether we lose this game or not. And we got it out, and that was basically like all that made us win this game in the end. There was just those two spears of Jessus.
What was the communication like on the team? I was looking at the player cams when Candy got caught. He had his hands on his head. He was down in the dumps. What was the rest of the team like?
Well, let's say we were 90% sure we're going to lose this match, because in a straight-up 4-on-5, we lost at least that inhib. That inhib was surely lost. So everything after that was more of a risk that they took. They could have went back and went for Baron or attempted another push, but they decided to go all the way through. And we managed to hold on and came back from that, which is already like not very easily to done.
Well, it was an incredibly exciting game. Back and forth, you guys lost the early game, pulled back in the mid, lost late, pulled it back, etc. I want to ask something very specific about the Zyra-Kog'Maw interaction. We feel that Zyra into Thresh is a pretty good matchup. Why the picks today in conjunction with the rest of the composition?
Well, we wanted a scaling comp. So first of all, we decided to go for a non-laning phase because our lane matchup was very, very good in late, so we had a good scaling. We just went for a lane swap, dodged the laning phase, and around 5 or 6, we really managed to pull ahead on them, because Kog'Maw is just outscaling Lucian at some point very hard. And we just said we keep it calm and the laning phase safe, because we had Nidalee, Kog'Maw, and Zyra, and after laning phase we would win anyways.
Well, incredibly close game in the end. Let's take a step back and look at the league in general. You guys, of course, have 4 games under your belt. What do you kind of make of the best teams right now in Europe? What do you see happening this season?
I feel it's very hard to predict anything, since the season has just started and you don't know how much practice every team got in. I feel it's just going to be a matter of weeks to basically determine, and we will see it in the standings, which teams rises and falls. It's just going to be all up to practice that we get in the next weeks.
I'm interested to see how that plays out. I want to ask quite specifically about SK. You guys are not particularly strong in the laning phase. A lot of games, even in the spring split and this week as well, you fall behind early. You did it to Fnatic, pulled it back. You did it to Super Hot Group, pulled it back. Why? What's up with the early game or the laning phase at SK Gaming?
We just stand a bit shaky. I think within the next week we will fix the issues that we have and we'll come up stronger, a lot stronger. I feel our team communication and everything with rotations and strategizing is very well right now already. And we just got that from the last split, and took it in this split. And it's just going to keep on going like that. And the only thing we have to fix are individual mistakes in laning. Just have to stand stronger, and after that we'll just be a stronger team.
All right, can you name one thing specifically that you want to work on with Candy? Because again, with Kog'Maw, which is a very immobile champion, he still did very good. We're forgetting that hook in the end right now.
Always try to expand your champion pool.
Always try to expand your champion.
That's a nice one, actually. I want to kick off that question. 4.7. This is the first time that we've seen it here in the LCS. 4.8 is coming out. We're seeing some shifts in champion patterns. Support is seeing a lot more play, at least in the last couple of weeks. What's your take on the health of the number of champions that we're seeing in the meta game at the LCS level?
I feel it's a bit static. Some champions are very versatile and you can pull out certain champions against it. It's just depending on the matchups. I feel there's a lot of champions that are viable right now and you just need to pull them out right. For example, Zyra against Thresh is a really good matchup. On the other hand, there are a lot of new heroes, champions coming in this case, Braum, for example.
Do expand. We would like to hear your opinion on Braum.
Braum is very strong right now. I feel there are other champs as well. For example, Morgana versus Leona is a really good matchup. They're just matchups that you need to know and how to play them out.
Yeah, what about support Kale with Runan's Hurricane? It's the trend in mid. I'm asking the support Kale player, will you see her back in your hands?
Well, Kale maybe, but Runan's on support is just too much gold.
Come on, why not? Okay.
I know you could pull it out. But anyway, thank you very much and rated. Very good performance from SK here in Super Week. Congratulations once again. And now it is time to head back over to Joe and the Show to